We're on session 3, Leget Manor. It's been a while. Quick recap of our players. We have Rob playing Ichtrude the Constable and Huyvan the Trapper. Kevin playing the Rat Trapper, yes. Kevin playing Alar the Elf Scholar and Crespin the Human Town Crier, also deputized by Ichtrude for this adventure. Dean playing Genon the Seer and Jaspar the Forger, and Bob playing Robinet the Ferry Pilot, and Gabriel de la Forêt the Troubadour.
Didn't the Seer curse himself last game?
The Seer
hexed himself.
Right, tried to look into the future to see if something bad was going to happen to somebody else, I think.
Yeah.
That's right.
Backfired a little bit.
Foresaw his own death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're split up into 2 groups here. We have a northern group.
Yeah. We split the party immediately.
It's a big party. You can split these parties.
You can split the party.
Split a funnel. I think that should be part of a funnel. It's split up. You got to split a funnel.
Yeah. So the 2 elves are up in this area here, where and Huyvan had laid a rat trap, I believe, here at the foot of the stairs.
Yeah.
But Huyvan recently left this area and is headed back towards.
Or at least backed away so that
Okay.
Elves could. The other 2 are elves. Up top.
Yeah, remember we tried to have an
we tried to bond,
like a solidarity, and it fizzled.
It did not go well. We share our elvenness, but not much else.
Other ends of the bar.
Everybody else is down this area.
There once was an elf in Leget who everyone thought was gay. Oh crap! Bob, up to you. Finish it.
Yeah, you got to end that. You got to end that in a sensitive way now.
Yeah, no.
That'll be a good thing there. A good ending. Everybody else is down. This zone in
They tried for a shake, but it just didn't take, and it ended in a sensitive way.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Who's the bard now?
So Ichtrude was at the head of the pack down here. The edge of a dining room table is visible in the candlelight, which is all you guys have. And some skeletons were rising from their places at the table and advancing upon, I believe the people in the room were Ichtrude, Genon, and I think one of the, was it Robinet?
And Robinet was there.
With the pole.
And I was going to say the pole and also the censor, because we did, so although it was an ineffectual use, we did see that the holy water did have an effect.
Oh, that's right.
On the skeletons.
Right.
It did not have an effect on when I threw it.
Is that right? Is that
well,
that right?
because
I had no belief,
That's
apparently.
Right. But then I remember you were kind of changing your.
Well, your worldview changes when a skeleton stands up in front of you.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it.
So yeah, let me just ask about a little bit about this world. Is this is this a traditional fantasy world where skeletons moving around is not that shocking, or is this like a horror?
A traditional fantasy world where it's not that shocking. I mean, you guys are lowly villagers who don't see you don't go venturing far and wide and see many things. There's certainly talk of magic. Perhaps a village priest has performed a minor miracle or two. There enough stories going on for people to certainly believe in this kind of thing, but I doubt many people here would have actually seen it, with the exception of the elves, who are probably more well-traveled, right? Especially Alar, who has been to the capital. But yeah, it's rare in everyday life to see things like the dead arisen. Indeed.
The Leget dead, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, so they stand up and are
the two visible ones. The dining table disappears in the darkness, and you hear the sounds of other chairs kind of scraping the ground.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
More of them are moving. There are
like knife and fork in hand, or
no, they just turn. The one to the sorry, I'm getting these notifications from Slack and I can't figure out how to turn them off. All right, maybe that'll work. The one to the west turns actually towards the wall, and you see that on the wall is mounted a pair of crossed swords.
Ooh.
And the one on the east starts kind of like shuffling towards Ictrude.
Sorry, Jason. You said one is like wielding swords.
It's turning towards the wall, and on the wall there are mounted 2 swords.
Well,
So it's turning in that direction.
Could Ictrude beat the skeleton in a foot race to the crossed swords to try and keep it away from them?
You can certainly try. Yeah.
Yeah, I will certainly try that then. It's a D6 game. I have D6.
Yes.
Or is this, no, we do roll other dice.
All the dice when you roll damage usually, but mostly it's D6. So Ictrude's going to try.
Has a move when opportunity permits.
Okay. Now is Crispin in the room? Do you remember?
He is.
He's in the room. Okay.
hey, Jason. Just while the dice are getting prepped, I can't remember. There isn't traditional initiative in this.
That's
So
right.
how
You
do
just
It's
you,
more of just naturalistic
it's who
round the
speaks
horn,
up.
right?
It's like wherever the action focus of the action is, we shift to there. People can
Yeah.
always interject and say, "I want to do this thing," and then we just try to integrate it sensibly into whatever's unfolding. So, first move here is Ictrude trying to outpace the skeleton. And what's the end goal of this, Rob? Are you trying to grab a sword, trying to like block the skeleton?
I mean, from the constable perspective, you just don't want dangerous weapons to get into the hands of dead people or felons. And so
And given that these are noblemen, they're probably both.
and probably skilled swordsmen.
Yeah.
And so rush to the wall, knock the swords back away from the skeleton, and then turn to face the skeleton.
Okay.
Like
Okay. And I believe
So, we'll roll 2d6.
is Crispin holding the candles?
Or yes or no.
Is
I
Crispin?
think Ictrude has the shield. I think we gave the shield back to Ictrude.
Okay.
Is that fair? And I think I've got a short sword in one hand and a candle in the other.
Who's the light source?
I think Crispin is probably the light source, unless any of the other guys in the room, Jeannon or
I splashed holy water all over my hand and threw it towards the. So I've got a jug of holy water in one hand, and the other hand is wet.
You have a jug of water. I think we've discovered.
It's going to be holy water in a minute, because while all this other stuff is happening, I'm making deals with God.
Or the devil.
In my
Whoever will
head.
help.
Okay, so we'll just say Crispin has the candles for now,
okay.
if that makes sense.
Sure.
And Ictrude, go ahead and make your roll to get there.
Let's see. Can you guys see this? I know we don't normally spy upon these things, but I'll try it. Bam!
Nice.
Hey, there's a 9.
Nice.
Boom.
What's your dex modifier?
0, sadly.
Okay. So if you spend the point of luck, you could bump that to a 10.
Ooh.
Right now, let's see. I think what's going to happen is, so at a 7 to 9, you're going to get there, but the skeleton's going to get its hands on you. So that's what's at stake.
I would push the luck, because I'm a luck of 11, so I don't mind giving it burning.
Okay. So yeah, reduce your luck by 1.
And then a 10 is a success in Dungeon World, right?
Yeah. So you get there and you knock the swords off the wall away. Clang, clatter, they slide on the marble floor. You're kind of at the edge of the candlelight, so you knock those swords into darkness, basically. And now the skeleton, dressed in sort of tattered finery, pauses for a second and then makes a move towards you, jumping back to the rest of the crowd. Robinet, Jeannon, and Crespin. Anybody have a move they want to do?
So yeah.
Sorry, Crespin had already spoken up earlier.
Okay, sorry.
I forgot about that. Crespin, and then you.
Crespin, if you remember, his job description is the town crier. And he has been a lifelong dream of his to actually alert people to something important. And it has been one series of bureaucratic announcements after another, which has been frankly boring. But here now in the dark twilight light of Manor Leget, in this moment of existential crisis, Crispin from the bottom of his soul yells out with his candle, his little guttering candle held high, shouts out, Leger, Leger, to arms, Leger, ideally in French, but I don't know the French, and loud enough, hopefully, that it would be hearable for people who may have actually split off the party and were maybe down the hall and up the way a little bit, so they might be able to hear this obviously incredibly loud, because he's the town crier, little guy, screaming at the top of his lungs for Leger to rally and to arms, et cetera, et cetera.
Fantastic. Love it. Yeah, so that echoes, that sudden burst of sound echoes through the cold halls. Dean, what's Genon going to do?
Okay, I am praying.
Okay.
I know, God, that we haven't been on the best of terms, that mostly I've ignored you for my entire life. I don't know about your entire life.
Do you remember the name of the god? Do you remember this god's name?
This is the god of my mother and her mother before her.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The god, the spirits of the woods and of the harvest and of the hearth. And I have no idea what their name is.
Did I think, Jason, did you tell us the name of the god last time?
I was just ribbing Dean about it.
Well, and we know the holy symbol. We know the holy sign.
That's right. It's that wheat. Yeah, that's right.
I make the holy sign as best I can with one hand.
Yeah.
And I say, if you see your way to helping me in this, my most dire of circumstance, I would dedicate my life to you and to bringing other people who come to see me. I would tell them of your magnificence, but please God, I can't do any of that unless I survive the next few moments.
Okay, I love it. All right, you're imploring God to the Donevieve is her name.
Donevieve.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, 2 arms in French is that, Kevin? In the chat.
Donevieve?
No, aux arms. Yeah, I can't do that.
Gosh, I think that you're negotiating with Donevieve. Sounds like to me.
Donevieve.
So when you want something from someone that they don't want to give up, because you were a non-believer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be a negotiation. That's lovely.
Okay.
Are you trying to appeal to Donevieve's sense of reason, or to her? Are you trying to sort of charm her into? Or is there a different approach besides those two?
I have relied all my life. I am not a reasonable person. I rely on charm and looks and the golden fruits of my tongue.
Okay, great. So you're going to roll charisma. Before you do so, how do you feel when Crespin calls out the name of the noble name of Leger and tries to rouse the faithful here? The faithful to the noble family. How does Janelle feel about that part?
Honestly, the noble family. I'm sorry, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Leger are the vampires who live in this house.
Vampires? What?
No sign of vampires yet. This is a corrupt, haunted mansion. All you've seen so far
are noble patrons.
Dean, it's a haunted mansion. It's your jam.
Oh, yeah.
And once upon a time, this mansion was not haunted. And as far as nobility goes, they were fairly well liked by the people of your village.
They were lovely people.
Yeah.
They are lovely people. My goodness gracious.
Lovely. You know what? I'm going whole hog. I'm back in the fold.
You're turning on a dime into.
I want to be part of this community.
Phony.
Okay, great.
Phony.
Great. So you're gonna get a +1 because I think Crespin is giving everybody a +1. He's helping everyone who
Ooh.
chooses to feel to feel that call to arms.
Oh,
The
yeah.
timing is just right. So
Okay.
Jeannot gets a +1 plus whatever your charisma modifier is.
Is +2, so +3 total.
Wow. Okay.
Nice. You got this, Dean.
I rolled a 6, +3 is 9. I believe I will spend a luck
Okay. Great.
Wow. The way to
Okay.
go.
All right.
to pop it up to 10. That takes my luck down from 18 to 17. And that
You have 18 luck. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You can spend it forever. Can you only spend
damn.
1 point at a time? Or can you
Correct.
spend-
Yeah. That's
but now
correct.
my luck
Your modifier,
modifier
yeah.
is only a +2 instead of a +3.
So the call goes up. Jeannot implores internally. I'm assuming you're not speaking out loud, right?
No, I
That was
said
all.
in my head.
And you've got this decanter. I forget. Did you ask the priest to bless that? Is that why it's?
Yes, I believe I used my powers of divination to find out what was the most important thing we could bring to this house.
Yes, right. And you asked for more holy water from the priest.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And so I assume the priest gave me the jug that he keeps behind the altar or whatever.
Yeah.
The sister. It was sister.
Yeah, sister.
Yeah.
Sister
Catherine?
Cecile.
Cecile.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. So you you say you sort of beg that, and
Yeah.
And you have turned your heart is now turned in commitment towards Donaviev, right? Like that was a genuine statement you were making.
Absolutely.
Um,
When a skeleton comes up, God is real.
so
There are no pagans in foxholes.
so you feel a kind of you make that declaration and a warmth kind of spreads out through your chest as like for you a clear sign that you're either having a heart attack or Donaviev has accepted you into her bosom, and your senses kind of come alive and you become suddenly and deeply concerned for the well-being, for the lives of those around you, like in a way that you hadn't been before. Like suddenly the keeping everyone in your group alive becomes
So I will be less rude to them.
Paramount importance to you.
Yeah.
You can be
Or
rude at them for doing stupid things, but
Yeah.
He's struck dead by lightning.
How's the water feel?
I'm gonna say, what's the vessel you're picturing in your head that this water is being carried in?
Like a moonshine jug.
Okay, like a clay stoppered jug.
Yeah.
You sense that it has the blessing of Cecile. You're carrying the blessing of Cecile. You sense that.
Donaviev.
Yeah, so the priest blessed the holy water. So so that you now feel like that the stuff you're carrying is no longer impotent, and that it may do what it is intended to do. Robinette, what do you do, Robinette?
Robinette. So I think the inspiring Crispin's inspiring call. If it lands with anyone, it lands with Robinette, who is a simple-hearted but full-hearted person and does love this community. And so having seen the efficacy of this the censer before, the holy water, I think she would push herself to even at risk to herself, push forward and try and really douse these skeletons, whichever one seems to be menacing.
There's one coming right at Robinette.
Oh, there's one. Okay, well then there we are.
Hey, Alyssa, I'm getting your character killed.
So I think certainly with some amount of fear, but spurred on by Crispin, she goes to town, trying to splash this thing with holy water.
Okay, so
Jason, can I help that move? Because we used to have Crespon and Robinette used to have a bond that we burned because we've been helping each other. Is there anything I can do in that situation to help Robinette?
I think that this is happening. Crispin makes the call, and then all this happens
Simultaneous?
instantly after that. Like this,
Gotcha.
and you're helping by having made the call.
Roger.
Right.
I think the skeleton is advancing towards you, not super fast, and I think that Robinette doesn't need to roll to do this, can just spray it with holy water without. It's a pretty easy thing to do. You're just literally sprinkling it with water from
the censer. Yep.
From the censer. Sorry, it's like a ceremonial silver mace, if you can picture that. So you're actually holding it. And,
yep.
And you just roll 1d8.
1d8.
If you have that lying around, or you can use a die roller.
This is. Hold on.
Shameful.
I have to.
Embarrassing.
No, I was going to say no. It's because I'm rolling via Google, and I was going to share my screen because it actually rolled an 8. So.
Nice.
So I don't have my dice here, but I do have Google.
Do you want to share it, or?
Oh yeah, sure.
Go for it, just so we can see.
Cannot screen share while other participants are sharing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, see, he's lying.
Hey,
Don't trust him. You should do max damage to him.
Admiral Kane on some level.
There it is.
Wow.
Purple.
That's impressive. Did you choose
Purple
that
8.
shade?
There it is. There it is. That and I will say, I mean, that is not simply random luck. That is the fire in the belly of Robinette, who spurred on by Crispin, who understands that this sort of this wrongness does not belong in her community.
Excellent.
Definitely not.
So one solid swing of the holy water sprinkler, just like it douses this skeleton right down the middle with like a stripe of water, and as it strikes, white smoke seethes up, and it basically falls into clatters apart into bones on the floor, into just like a heap, stricken down. Before the wrath of Robinette.
She yells, "Je suis Leget!"
Je suis Leget! Yes!
All right, excellent. And you have, that's the use that was in the mace. So you just used up, and your little decanter that you were given to carry has 5 uses left.
All right.
So you'll have to refill the mace in order to use it again.
Yep.
Jumping back to, my notes all disappeared. So Jaspar was just outside of that room. Dean, was Jaspar going to do anything?
He's fixing his lightsaber.
Dean, you're muted. If you're talking, you're muted. We can't hear you.
I'm trying to turn my lightsaber evil. Oh, God damn it. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Sorry. To looking at that. Oh, everything changed. I'm outside.
Sorry, Jaspar is here.
Jaspar, I think, is going to run outside and yell for the other half of the party.
Out this way.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see Oivin. I guess Oivin has heard the call, right? So Rob, what's Oivin the rat trapper up to?
And Jaspar is like, skeletons, they're walking, they're attacking. Everybody's gonna die. It's horrible.
Are you like Kermiting your arms?
Yes.
Well, Hoivan is he's a rat trapper, but he is steadfast, and so he doesn't run off. He'll pull his knife out, but keep it carefully behind his back, and kind of slip into the main chamber where you first come in, just to see what's going on. But he won't rush into anything.
Oh, so he's back up here near the north.
Yeah, no,
Is that what you mean by the main chamber, or do you mean that
Yeah.
this?
Yes, that's what I thought.
Okay,
I thought it was
okay.
closer to that.
Okay, all right. Well, so Jaspar comes out, and you are making your way there. Great. And Alar and Gabri, you hear faintly
The humans.
echoing sounds, from elsewhere in the manor. How do the elves respond? After this awkward moment between them.
Oh, this is perfect, though. This is the great way to shift frame. You know,
I know it's true.
the humans, they've gotten into it again, and let's go help them out.
Well, I think the Crispin, hearing Crispin's voice, Gabriel would probably be like, yes, help the humans out. When he hears Robinette, Je suis Leget. Now there's a little pepper in his step.
Okay.
I'm starting to think the elves were like French waiters who just had no use for us Americans.
There was certainly an eye roll or two.
So both of you are making your way with haste?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm in Alar is he's a grad student stuck in this little backwater that he never intended to be in.
Okay.
He somehow found himself stuck on this mission to eradicate some kind of haunted thing from beyond, and he's in a dark portion of the mansion where the only other person there, the elf, is walking in the other direction. So I am definitely sticking to that, to not Robinette, I'm so sorry. Sticking to Gabriel, and we are motoring
Okay, so you guys are making your way that way.
with great haste.
Extrude, you've knocked the swords off the wall. You turn about. The skeleton's almost upon you. You see another one just at the edge of the shadow.
Okay.
And Robinette, you see two more moving towards the candlelight on that side of the table.
Ictrude is going to take up the Leger chant, Leger, Leger, and run hard into the skeleton in front of it with her shield, smashing, trying to bust it back or smash it into oblivion.
Yeah. Nice.
Obliterate it.
Okay, great. Like between and the dining room table is right behind the skeleton. So
Yes, that's perfect.
using that as the
anvil.
Yeah, that's not even a fight roll. The skeleton doesn't have a weapon. It's just like got its hands. So it's not even, it like can't really, with that much force and the shield between you, it's not like a fight roll, but it'll be a saving throw with strength.
Saving throw with strength. Oh, that's good for me. I'm a +2 strength.
Whoa.
All right, let's see. Where's my thingy? I think that works. Maybe here. Oh no, that is a 3. So the +2 is only a 5. I can burn another piece of.
Hold on. You get +1 for the call that Crespin gave out.
That's right. So that's a 6.
And then if you burn a point of luck, you could turn it into a 7.
So a 7 gets me all the way up to some sort of success with bad things, but it's not a fail.
You'll get less than you wanted, a hard bargain or an ugly choice. Like it's not. You'll get some success out of it.
I will burn that point of luck.
Okay.
I want some kind of chance of survival here.
Okay, so you charge it. It doesn't give way as easily as you would expect a skeleton to give way. Like in your head, you're like, it's just bones. I'm just gonna smash it, and you push it and jam it up against the table. It's like pelvis hits the edge of the table, and its arms wrap around the shield. So it's basically got the shield wrapped up, and its arm, its hand is like grabbing at your arm where your arm is attached to your shield. So it's kind of holding onto the shield like this. And Jeannon, you see the other skeleton advancing on Yictude from behind. What does Jeannon do?
Okay, Jeannon offers a prayer to what's her face again?
Don't
You are not a believer. You are such a sinner.
Terrible with
You were
names.
showing up for the Harvest Fest
I am
once a
totally-
year. Not
I am
even-
sincere. I'm just bad with names. Okay.
Not sincere.
Whatever your name is,
What's her name again?
Donavier.
Donavier.
Okay.
There's like a rosary you should be doing when it's not your turn.
So
Yeah, put aside the lightsaber.
Yeah, that's right. Don't know yet.
And just
So, Donaviev, because I'm wrapped up in my fellow man at this point, or fellow woman, as the case may be.
Yeah.
So, I offer a prayer to please give. What's her name? Why, Rob? What's
Extrude.
the strength and the fortitude to serve you as best she can. Is Extrude a girl?
She's a woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, very nice, Rob. Very nice.
Okay, thank you. And I splash some holy water on Extrude
Whoa! Wow!
and bless her with Donaviev's, with my newfound belief in Donaviev.
You like
Nothing like a convert, man.
the rookie cleric here,
Paul.
or just you're gonna get
Right?
killed
The
with your
biggest
blasphemy?
apostle is Apostle Paul, was the biggest persecutor.
On the road
nothing
to
like a
Leget.
convert. Most annoying Catholics or Jews are the ones who converted. Right? Just saying.
All right.
Most annoying.
What happened?
As Dean's point of view.
Yeah, so you Ixtrude feels a splash of cold water on her from one side at the same time that the skeleton is grappling, and then the other skeleton is advancing.
And
So
by the
that
way,
happens.
I'm saying all this out loud.
Yes, so now everybody's like, "What is up with?" I'm not buying it.
Is this the seer or the
seer? Yeah, the
Yes,
fortune
seer.
teller.
That guy is crazy. Can Ictrude slip out of the shield, give up the shield to the skeleton, and stumble backwards?
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
Pull out verite,
You're wet now.
a real sword.
Okay, so
Maybe-
that's going to be your move to push away from both skeletons, leave the shield behind, and draw a very tight.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Fair.
perhaps it has a
Chris
little-
Brown
Does
was
the sword
Chris
glow
Brown.
with a newfound holy light?
Well, I was gonna
Maybe.
say, so Chris Pond, Robinette. I was just going to say, Robinette is going to turn to you in this moment, full of the zeal that you've inspired her with, and press into your hand this vial, this jug, whatever it is, the container
Decanter,
of the additional decanter of additional holy water, wrapped as it is in the additional rope around it. And she says, Crispin, for the sake of the others, for the sake of the village, please. And she's going to pop the top of the mace, the censer, and keep her eyes on the skeleton as she sort of proffers the open end of the mace.
So we're reloading? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
We're drinking it. Just down the hatch.
They're not going to get us now. All right, I have to switch characters. Back to my.
That's genius. I need two hats. I need to. That would work so well.
Yeah, well, it turns out the Crier character description just says the hat has a plume on it, and I happen to have a hat with a plume on it, so God bless us all. It turned out lucky. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I'm happy to kind of take the jug in the crook of the arm that has the, I guess it'd probably be the arm with the candle, and hold it there so we can pour it out. And reload the censer while keeping the sword blessed by Sister Cecile. And I am faithful, buddy. I am so faithful, it's not even funny. Between us and the skeleton that I can fend off if we have to. But we'll be in a defensive stance, reloading the censer.
And you're, just so I understand you correctly, you're holding the decanter here? Is that right? and doing this?
Yeah, I guess probably under
Well,
one arm.
you sort of hook your thumb in there, and you just.
Oh yeah, and I've got a candle.
Oh, okay.
Candle and
Okay, got it.
yeah. I mean, these are not like catalog
Ooh.
of share sort of giant pillar candles, right? I mean, these are
They're good. They're good size because they need to burn a while. But yeah, you can. Okay, but you can hook the decanter and pour while you're holding the candle. Okay, no problem.
And I figure any inaccuracies on my part, Robinette, the skilled pilot, will be able to move the sensor around.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're okay. Holy water sprinkler being reloaded. There's no noticeable effect from the splashing of water on Ictrude. Just to be clear, Ictrude has drawn Verite, which does not. Perhaps the more faithful among you can discern an extra golden limning on the steel from the light of the candle, but that might just be a trick of the light in here.
Trick of the light.
It is the true faith of Don Viev, who is with us always.
So we'll say that Alar and Gabri are close to the stairs leading into that area just outside the dining room, and Oivin and Jaspar are both there in that area.
No, Jaspar, he was outside.
Oh, did he actually leave the room?
He ran out.
Yeah, he
waving
ran
his
out
arms.
to yell.
Okay.
And now that he's outside, he gets his puppy out, Boris.
What?
He's been in a bag this whole time.
He's got a dog in a bag?
Yeah.
Suspect.
I rolled it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a random item.
I had a puppy in a bag.
Casey, do you really put dog in bag in the
No.
1 to 100 character table? Because
No.
that's impressive.
Dean put the dog in the bag. It just
I had the dog in the bag.
I believe it just
But
says pet.
I take it out and I say, go home. Go home. This is too dangerous for you.
Yes.
Go home.
Oh, I like that. That'd
Go
be
home,
awesome.
Boris. Home.
Boris, get help. What's that, boy? They're up at Leget Manor, surrounded by skeletons.
I think you
Do I
have
have to roll to
negotiate.
convince him?
Yes, you do. You
Is
have to
Boris a
negotiate.
collie? It's really. I hope so.
He's more like a Malamute, actually. A Malamute puppy named Boris.
Just so you know, the random item Dean rolled is puppy/kitten. So Dean is opting for puppy.
Puppy.
Yeah.
Cat would have been better.
So you're
what do
negotiating. You're negotiating.
I'm negotiating.
And I think you're trying to use your charisma to convince the dog. Yeah.
Okay, well, I get a 0.
You got a roll to make your dog leave?
I got a 7.
Oh. Okay, great. And you're pointing the dog like at the main entrance, like out this way?
Yeah, go home. Go. Get out of here. It's too dangerous. I don't want my puppy killed.
Okay. So you do that and you send sorry, what's his name?
Boris.
Boris.
Good French name.
Boris looks up at you and confused for a moment and then is hesitant and then looks out at there's like a cold wind blowing across the courtyard. There's leaves and the stones are filled with interlaced with this black mold, and Boris makes his way away and then sort of runs down the steps off in this direction, apparently following your orders.
Okay, I hide my single tear. And
From the rat catcher. I see
I
that
turn
tear.
back in and say, okay, now we can deal with this.
Okay, so Jaspar and Oivin are there. Oivin, what's Oivin up to?
Oivan's not going to commit to going into that room where people are yelling and screaming.
Okay.
A lot about these rich folks who used to live here. And not interested in Legers at all.
Alar and Gabri, you guys are this far down the hallway, and Alar, as you're it's sort of dim outside, as just described. It's like a overcast verging on kind of storm cloud kind of situation, so sort of darkening outside, and you see a puppy, crepuscular, and you see a puppy dash off towards the far side of this fountain, and you also see a figure moving in this direction toward the puppy, like a humanoid figure in the dim light. You can't make out details, but a kind of like lurching humanoid figure is crossing the courtyard towards this puppy, and you're the only person that notices that.
Oh my!
Gabri does not.
At this point, it's just Alar. Yeah.
I will. We're moving together. I will say. I will point it out to Gabri and say, God, what am I going to say? I'm going to say, puppy, look out! It will eat you. In French.
Right.
Of course.
And I'm pointing.
Right. So we'll hold that moment because the fighting in the room is also happening much quicker, obviously. Okay, back to Ictrude with Verite.
So I will strike at the skeleton that's not holding the shield.
Okay,
There's another one that was approaching, right?
correct.
One of the shield at least has its hands full, and so Trude will step up and attempt to cleave the head right off of that new skeleton.
Okay, that's a fight roll, and that is strength.
I
Alright,
put
so
a
that's
picture
plus
of Boris in the chat, by the way.
Oh, thank you. +2, come on. Better roll than last time. 7 + 2, that's a 9. Do I still have the +1 from the...
No, that was just for the one, for that one roll.
So that is a 9. I can burn another point of luck. Is there a limit to how much luck you can burn?
It's only just one point. The only drawback is that your luck modifier will gradually go down.
And does it ever come back?
When you level up, it comes back.
Oh my God!
yeah.
So your luck can literally run out.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And if a random bad thing was going to happen to two people, and it could equally happen to either, it'll happen to the person who has the lower luck. And vice versa is also true.
There's somebody who's really unlucky here, right? Isn't there anybody?
I don't have people.
I think it's gonna be Trude. I think because Trude's gonna burn one, so she's down to an 8 luck.
Down to an 8.
I'm less lucky than that, Rob. You'll be okay.
Can I
Okay,
change
yeah.
the modifier?
I think
to
Robinette
-1?
isn't particularly lucky.
That's a 10 total then.
No, you're doing it. Okay, you're doing it. Okay,
Mhm.
and you just deal your
What's the
deal your
damage?
and Verite deals 1d8 damage.
What did Verite? Did you say Verite may be magical and might have gotten its own +1? that.
No such luck.
A D8.
It all depends on your belief, man. If you believe, you'll roll high on this d8.
Can I roll this D10? And if I roll a 9 or a 10, it's a 9 or a
That's
10.
the best. Rob, I'm disappointed in you.
You know what? I have a giant bucket of dice, but I mean, you're in the
That's fine.
Warhammer.
That's fine. That's totally
zone.
fine. Totally
Look at
fine.
all these D6s right here. Look at the entire.
All right. You're exonerated. Carry on.
That's only a 2. So
Okay.
do I add my strength onto this?
Nope. You're a villager. Fighters can do stuff like that, but you're not a fighter yet.
Definitely not a magical weapon.
So you pick your first swing with this sword, the best sword that the town blacksmith has ever forged, and you crack it right where you like you were aiming for the vertebrae where it connects to the skull, but instead you hit it right here, and the sword actually chops off the whole lower part of the skull, so you remove the jawbone. Clean all the way through, and the head kind of waggles to the side, and the thing kind of staggers back, but it's still standing.
No.
The one with the shield drops the shield and grabs your sword arm. Jeannon. Ian,
Not
that's you.
just more than just some water, please. Holy man.
Oh, well,
Get in there and mix it up.
I can tell you what's going to happen.
Hit it with the clacker, Dean. Hit it with the clacker.
Okay, yeah, okay. The clacker has been on my free hand the whole time. It's on a ring.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll bash the nearest with a spoken prayer. Whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Ronviet.
Donna B.S.
Donna
Let's
Viev.
just
I
let it
gotta
go.
write that down. Can I write that?
That's
in
hey,
chat?
there's an
Donna
idea.
Viev. There.
Right.
Okay. Donna Viev, give me strength.
And you fling the clackers?
No. I
just-
swing
you
like a
bolo.
flail. Like
Okay. So the
boom.
best, just okay. So you're hoping for extra divine assistance on this one.
Need clack it.
I'm gonna shout Donoviev's name with everything I do from now on.
Okay, all right.
Until you find a better god.
I think the most these clackers will basically draw its attention away from. It'll whack the skeleton and draw its attention to you.
That's good.
Okay.
Because they're just the clackers. It's not like right.
Have you played Watch Dogs 2? The guy is killing people with a freaking yo-yo.
Watch Dogs.
I think the dude might be slightly higher than level 0.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is a great effort.
If I swung a yo-yo at your head, it would
All right,
hurt.
okay, okay, Dean. I'll give you this. If you swung a yo-yo at a skeleton's head, what? Give me your best case.
Well, it's old bones. They're brittle.
Okay.
These are two rocks.
Yeah.
Honest to God, the 70s toy that I based this whole thing on were banned because they were putting people's eyes out.
Yeah, but these things don't have eyes or nerve endings, or it's.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I've been
No,
struck.
continue. I want to
I've
hear
been
more.
struck by yo-yos, and it hurts, but
It
I
hurts?
lived.
As a yo-yo survivor.
yeah, but that was accidental striking of yo-yos, not intentional with the full force of La Donna Viev
Yeah,
behind
right.
it.
Hey, now there might be some action. You got her name right.
No.
So best case would be brittle bones that would break under, and you're like trying to shatter.
Also, I'm sure they're soaked in holy water at this point.
Wait, I think it would take time to pop the stopper on. Oh no, you splashed the jug.
No,
Okay, I'll give you
when
that. So
I splashed my hand in the ineffective holy water.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now it's
no
splashed.
doubt
Okay.
soaked the rocks.
You got me.
Who's ineffective here?
But
Donna
now
Viev?
the holy water has gotten new joie de vivre, Donna
Okay.
Viev power.
And you're not throwing them; you're holding on to them and just whacking it with them.
So, okay, so
I know they spin around. They clackety clack.
So think about it's a ring,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
With
The
two strings off of it,
Yeah, and then
two rocks like this.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Right. That
so you're
clack. So two rocks like this.
Yeah.
Hit you in the head.
They're so much bigger than I originally pictured them. Okay.
No, this is exactly the size.
I'm the skeleton. So
Yeah.
they go crack like that.
Well, they both hit like that.
Like that. So just like.
Yeah. Whap.
Okay, got it. I thought you were gonna do some move where they go.
Nah, I'm
Okay,
not.
you're doing like an overhand.
These
blow
are
to the
these
head.
are sensitive magical instruments that I'm using to kill skeletons.
Okay.
Kill?
It's not paying attention to you, but it's like it's dark and there's the it's confusing. Stuff's moving around. I don't know if Jeannon has ever been in this kind of situation before.
No.
I'm gonna say that to make that blow strike true, it's gonna be a dex roll.
Okay.
And to have it do the thing that you want it to do, you're gonna have to get a 10 or higher.
Okay.
That's
Dex
tough
roll 10 or higher. What's my dex? +1 on dex.
Hey.
Okay. And I rolled a 3, so a
Oh
total
no.
of 4. So
Okay.
it
And you're
doesn't
saying
work out.
And it's usually the ring is attached to one of your fingers.
Yeah.
Which finger is it?
It's usually the middle finger.
Okay, so you got the middle finger. So you go to strike at the skeleton, and the ring flies off your finger and away into the darkness. And you strike air, and you've lost your clackers.
By the way, here is a video of clackers in action.
Annotation as we go. In the chat, we have a video of clackers in action.
Oh God!
Yeah,
I remember
see?
those.
You could kill people with these things.
Well, children. I don't know about an adult.
All right, I think I have to see that.
Still cool.
All right. What if there's a way to... Is that screen sharing? All right, just for our...
Different generations here.
Clackers.
Yeah. See?
Amazing,
Killing
amazing.
me, Matt.
What a remarkable thing. Yes. Ooh, look at.
Now imagine getting hit in the head with that. That would hurt.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I,
no, I
I understand I
smart.
rolled poorly,
You
but
sold me. You sold me.
Yeah.
They're gone.
okay, they're gone.
Dean, it's the end of your life as a diviner, and now the start of your life in service to Don Viev.
Yes.
It's a symbolic loss.
Right.
I can't
there
wait
you
to
go.
see you
That's
with your
what I was-
tonsure.
Yeah.
Well,
However,
honestly, that's how most clackers ended up.
Off in the darkness.
Yes. They went flying and hit somebody, and then an adult took them away.
but you do. Jeannot gets to mark dexterity because you rolled a 6 or less.
Oh, okay.
So put a little mark, however you can manage to do that in that Google.
Yeah, I've been
if
putting
you
it in
double click on
notes.
the thing and then.
Oh,
usually
I already have a mark of
There you go.
dex, so
Great.
that's 2 dex.
All right.
I'm failing at dex rolls left and right.
All right. I have to redraw this fucking thing every time Chris. Robinette, you guys are reloaded.
All right.
Time for
Wine
action.
skeleton is down. There are 2 more advancing.
Are there even more, Jason? Because you said there have others come out of the darkness yet, or no?
You can hear them shuffling around back there, but they don't have a lot of room to get by their fellow diners at this point.
Okay.
Robinette, what do you think? Are we going to try for another target? Are we going to let them all crowd through the doorway?
I mean, I think this is I haven't seen the film, but I imagine that this is a Bad Boys 2 type of moment where Crispin and Robinette sort of, they're ready now, they're prepared, full up on the sensor, like Robinette, clack, slaps the top shut,
Nice.
and sort of takes back the jug and puts it back into her webbing, her little river webbing, and sort of weighty look, because you're carrying this sword, right?
Yeah, no, I've got the short sword that Ictrude gave me. My great friend Ictrude gave me, that has been blessed by Sister Cecile. This is the closest. Frankly, if you ask Crispin, it's a relic.
I think
the toe of St. Anthony or this amazing sword. I'm totally going for this sword.
So we both had eyes on the scene. We finished this up. Clack goes the top. Well, clack goes Dean's clackers.
Exactly.
And
That's
then,
the cut. The cut is
and
the
then
disappearing.
clang goes the top of the sensor.
Yes.
And they sort of meaningful look at each other, perhaps, and then Robinette is you can sort of see the potential energy starting to build up here. She is ready to be unto the breach.
All right behind you, sister. Right behind you.
So again, I think Jason, I'd say where's the scene of most need?
I believe that
Ictrude?
Yes, Ictrude now has an injured skeleton confronting her, as well as another skeleton actually grabbing her arm. So Ictrude is the most.
Ictrude's in trouble.
And I just want to remind you, Rob, I think you forgot, but your last thing you said at the end of the last session was, Ictrude is going to bait a hasty and wise retreat from this room.
Yeah, that would have been a much better idea. Although they're not armed, right? I got rid of the swords.
No, they are not. Great. Yeah, so that's the situation.
So I think at least Robinette, I won't speak for Crispin, obviously, but Robinette launching herself in sees Ictrude in this dire position, and sort of propels herself toward these skeletons again, sort of yelling, "Leget, je suis Leget," and splashing as she goes at the 2 that are menacing.
Great. At both of them. You're trying to hit both of them.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the spray is like. I mean, if I defer to you onto what she would think would make the most sense.
I mean, you can. I think to hit both of them, you have to get right up next to Ictrude and sort of go crossways like that.
I mean, that is exactly. She's going to go up, interpose herself, and crossways in front.
Okay, so she rushes over to Ictrude's side. Yeah, I think it's going to be a dex roll.
Yeah.
And I think that if you get a 10 or higher, you're going to hit both of them. And if you get in between, you're just going to hit one of them.
Sure. Let's see here.
Could
So
do it.
make sure I have this.
Are
Okay.
we gonna get,
All
can we get
right.
to see the Google dice?
We can, but I don't want to make Jason get rid of a screen because it's going to erase his notes again.
Oh yeah.
Well, wait,
But
if you share your screen, does that erase my notes?
Okay,
he
here we
can't
go.
share it if you're sharing, I think.
So this is 2d6. Let's see, roll 2d6 and then no modifier.
How does he go to Cape Cod without dice?
Okay, I kind of have to share this.
Okay, you got it.
It's gonna be 2 6s, boxcars.
I'm gonna, you have permission, right? You can go ahead and do it.
It's spotlighted. I can't while somebody else is sharing.
Okay, stopping share. Boink.
Sorry.
Don't worry
Good.
about it. No
Get rid of
problem.
those
Because
notes.
at the table, you just need to see it.
Oh,
Yes!
Oh, Robinette!
Now, I would, Robinette would never say this, but who truly is blessed of Donoviev?
Not that seer.
Well, obviously not me.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, so you get to roll a d8 against each of those skeletons.
Okay.
See, Dean, you thought you were going to go in the cleric direction, but if this guy lives, I think you end up a warlock. Something you sold something you shouldn't have to some higher power.
All right. So a 2
Okay.
and a 6.
Okay. So, bam. Scatter the water with the holy water sprinkler. The first splash hits the one that Verite had cut the jaw off of. White smoke goes up, and then the sort of main volume of fluid strikes the other one. It's actually quite close to you because you're right up against your tree. So you actually hit it with the mace itself, right in the head, and the head just kind of explodes in a burst of white, and both of those skeletons are laid out
Yes.
on the floor.
Truly, yes. I would say in that moment, it's the fervor for Leget, the fervor for Donoviev. Truly, I don't even think they're words at this point. She just gives a righteous scream into the air.
Wow, Robinette.
Robinette.
And you have 4 uses left in that decanter, right? Crispin?
So there are, in the candlelight, there are no skeletons on the, I'm just going to say on the, from Crispin's, from the Robinette side of the room, are there any more targets?
Not visible.
No, okay.
But you hear movement.
I hear movement. And I don't hear anybody behind me, right?
Not besides Oivan and Jaspar.
Okay, but they don't. It doesn't sound like I don't hear footsteps rushing of people to get in the door. I don't want to block the door because actually, you know what? I am convinced that help is coming because I know that any good citizen of Leget, hearing the cry to arms, Leget, they're coming. I know they're coming. Yeah. And so I'm going to step into the room further with my candle high in the left and the blessed sword on the right, and I'm going to move close to the edge of the table, basically going straight down on your map. And I will face the skeletons on this side and wait for them to come closer. But if I get a shot, I'm definitely going to swing.
Wow. Okay, so you're in a defensive,
protective
position for the people on the other side of it. Okay, great.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and they are coming. Now you are the thing between them and everything else, so they're actually coming at you, so that's going to happen for sure. Oivan and Jasper in the ante room.
Okay.
Jaspar heard Alar shout out about the puppy.
Oh, this puppy.
Oh yeah, Boris.
I saw him let his dog out, right? I was standing with him.
Yep.
Right. So, oh my God damn. I
Should
can't.
have let the dog out.
Who let the dog out?
I sent the dog home. So I'm going to run outside
So you're going, okay.
and see what's... I have to save Boris.
Okay, so Alar and Gabri see...
My daughter gave him to me. I have to keep...
Right after Alar lets out the puppy notification, Jaspar charges out into the courtyard. Oiva, the rat trapper.
I have my knife at the ready. None of this. No
Well-
one gets between me and Boris.
Ivan is not gonna like follow to assist so much as kind of watch and slowly meander to see what happens with this guy after his dog, but then also kind of keep an eye that nobody comes charging out of the skeleton room. Just trying to stay safe at the moment.
Trying to stay safe, okay. And Alar and Gabri, Jaspar is running towards the courtyard. And this figure is approaching the puppy. The puppy stops and has turned to look at the figure. And the figure kind of pauses and gets low and kind of like appears to be cautiously approaching the puppy.
Gabriel used to do an act with dogs back in another town before they got too old, and he had to adopt them out. So to loving families, not for soup. So he generally is predisposed.
Did you say not for soup?
Not for soup. No, I didn't want you to
Yes,
misconstrue.
got it. Yes. So he's predisposed.
It's predisposed, yeah. So I would think his attention would be grabbed, and he, if the figure is not making any sort of immediate lunge, but is sort of moving in slowly, I think so. Somebody is running.
Jaspar is on his way.
Jaspar is already running.
Jaspar the forager.
Yeah. I don't know much about Jaspar, but I think I sort of move with him.
Okay. So Jaspar and Gabri are headed out the door towards the puppy in jeopardy. And Alar.
Maybe somebody.
Yeah,
just saw a puppy
I'm
and
wrestling
wants
with
to
this.
pet it.
Did I make any observations? It's just a shambling figure.
From your point of view, it is just a shambling figure.
And I've heard the cry to arms, Leget,
That's right.
with my keen elven hearing.
You know that there's action going on in the direction of the dining room. Yeah.
What do you think's the most interesting?
Whatever Alar would do as a character is the most interesting.
Yeah, no. I guess that's what I'm trying to
Oh,
figure
because
out.
he's, I see
What's
what's he
curious about? Is he that interested? I don't think he's that interested in dogs. I hate to say it.
Is he interested in mysterious, shadowy figures?
I think he is. I think he's going to zoom over into the room and try to get to the doorway of the skeleton room.
Okay, so he's headed in past Oivan. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Be careful in there.
The humanoid figure, as you guys are charging down the steps, looks over at you, and then makes a lunge and grabs the puppy. And then we cut back into the dining room. Ictrude and Robinette standing practically arm in arm. Robinette with the once again spent holy water sprinkler in hand, and you see 3 more skeletons at the edge of the candlelight shuffling towards you.
Jason, I am a little, Crespon is a little farther into the room, so maybe the candlelight is a little bit further.
Okay. Yep.
And Jason, I'm not sure when do bonds come in, because would this be a bond between Ictrude and Romanette at this point because of the heroic intervention?
I do feel somewhat safe.
To have a bond, you need to have a moment where you kind of actually talk to each other.
Yep.
So this is definitely a good kind of preamble to that. But that
I was just going to say, right, okay. Then not to intervene, but maybe now Robinette is ready for a new squire. So the decanter comes out and sort of thrust over to Ictrude to say, and sort of proffered again the open decanter or the open censer to say, "Come, my friend, we have more to deal with."
So after Crispin loaded it, you took the decanter back?
Yes.
Okay.
And I had it in my webbing, pull it back out, and now...
Okay. Oh, yeah, you said that. I'm sorry. You totally said that. And okay, so Ictrude, this decanter of holy water is proffered.
Okay,
Right.
so Gertrude's her first instinct was to pick up her shield, but you have saved my life, and I saw how this happened. Right? I saw.
Oh yeah. You were right there, like.
I mean,
you saw it all. You saw you had the better view than anybody else.
I will get the decanter, and I will do the appropriate pour.
So holding Verite still in one hand.
Yes.
Great. So you guys are reloading that thing as 3 more skeletons shamble forth. Jeannon. Dean.
Yeah.
This is your moment.
Who's R?
Robinette.
Robinette? That's you, Kevin?
No, that's the ferry pilot run by Bob.
That's Bob.
Oh, okay.
Robinette Swander.
Who just handed the holy water to Ictrude?
Yeah, to refill the mace.
You have your decanter of holy water, but Robinette has her own, which was given to her by the priest. Yeah.
Right.
The good stuff.
Yeah, I just Robinette. I have half a gallon of this water. It has done me no good.
Okay, the skeletons are upon you, Robinette. As Jeannon says that, the skeletons are upon you and Ictrude.
Oh, the skeletons are upon us.
Yeah.
So I think there would be a moment. So as the sensor is filled, again, it's the slam it shot, the clap, the thunderclap of it going down, which I think over time now, with effect, Dawn of the Ev may be adding a little bit of booming to that. It is growing in its.
It's like
its
the
legend.
car doors slamming in Goodfellas. Or
Exactly.
Something like
And sort of a quick hand reaching out to squeeze your shoulder, and then what's the name of the soothsayer again?
Jeannon.
Jeannon.
Yeah, Jeannon says that.
Jeannon. So if Jeannon has said, I have a gallon of this stuff, then Robinette would say, then my friend, it is time to serve. It is time to serve these wicked things. What would the equivalent be? It's sort of the communion they deserve. And she turns and begins to sweep a shake across the skeletons.
So she's going to try to hit all 3 of these with a sweep of the thing. Okay, that's going to happen. And at the same time, Crespin is beset by 1 skeleton on the other side of the table.
All right. Oh, I'm going to, if I can, does one get any, there's not a defense move in this. Is that fair?
I think there is, right?
Not, well, in Dungeon World there is.
Okay, but not in Freebooters on the Frontier.
No, but fictional positioning is how a lot of stuff goes down. Like, for instance, the way that Ictrude's shield was stolen all had to do out of what. So you've established yourself as being in a defensive position.
Yeah. Okay.
So
great. Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, carry on. The best thing to do is just describe what you want to do, and then.
Right. So. Candle held high for illumination. Crespin is gullible and he is enthusiastic, but he is not dumb. He's got an intelligence of 14 and he can probably count in French. So he would recognize, I am hoping that if I'm counting the little S's there, that there are currently 4 of us villagers here. We have downed 3 skeletons and there are still 7 left. I think while, can I shout and swing at the same time, or maybe I'm better off just shouting?
You are a town crier, god damn it. You
Okay.
can do both things.
I'm going to say, Leget, let's fall back to a more defensible position in French.
I think that was smart.
Because they can all come through the doorway one at a time, hopefully, and then we can advantage them. So I'm going to start backing up a little bit as I say this and try to fend off with my blessed sword to keep the skeletons at bay.
Okay, so you're fending. You're not like trying to like stand forward and strike them down. You're just trying to keep them away.
I'm trying to keep them off while I am slowly backing towards the door and saying that we should, live to fight another day. We should retreat. This is because I see the tide as being turned.
So you're offering. You're trying to resist their advance.
Yes.
Without putting yourself in harm.
And buy my guys time, obviously. If something lunges at Robinette or Ixtrud, I'm obviously going to try to help.
Okay, great. I think you're making a saving throw with Constitution.
Okay. Con is +1.
Wow. This is a hardy town crier.
He ain't strong, but boy, he's constant, and he's good dexterity. Dexterity's 14. Like he's not bad. But all right, let's see. Survey says a 5 + 1 is a 6.
Yep.
Eesh. I'm gonna burn a luck.
Burn them. Jason, we get it all back when we level.
I'm gonna burn a luck for Crespin to get that to at least a success with qualifications.
Rob, you get as much luck back as your new level.
Oh, I only get.
It's a very precious resource, but in the funnel, you end up burning a lot of it because you're just trying to survive.
Right. Okay.
That's just the way it goes.
That's fair.
Okay.
So what's that, Jason?
Yes. Just so you know, the strict rule, the what's the word I'm looking for? The clause is you do it, but there's a catch. The judge will offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice.
Okay.
And the ugly choice is you either the skeleton either that you're fending off actually grabs the short sword and yanks it out of your hands, so you lose the short sword, or you manage to pull the short sword away when it tries to do that, and it gets a swipe at you.
Which
And
might
you don't know. Nobody's been hit by one of these things yet, so you have no idea what kind of damage it might inflict.
That's got to be bad.
Yeah, but you know what, Crespin? This sword is more important to him than I'm telling you. The great toe of St. Anthony is not as important to him as this blessed by Sister Cecile and given to him by Ixtrud. This is a chance for validation. Yeah. This sword is symbolically so meaningful to him. He will hold on to that thing like you would not believe. And also, wisdom is 6.
His wisdom is
6.
That's accurate role playing, right?
Yeah,
right.
No, fair enough.
Then the skeleton, how many hit points do you have?
That would be
okay.
Not many.
The skeleton does so you pull the sword back out of reach, and a raking skeletal hand comes down and slashes you, like cuts through whatever vest or whatever it is that you're wearing. I think the town you described him wearing a nice.
Is this like a sharp fingernail?
Yeah, sharp. It's like sharp, bony fingernails just dig. In fact, as it does that, and just claws your flesh down to the bone.
Aye!
Gouging like a bloody. And like its index finger actually catches on your collarbone and snaps off. So its index finger is stuck in you, and you take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Horrible.
Starting to feel like the clacker should have gotten a little more respect. Just a finger.
Okay.
Well, once Dean's dead and has been animated by the unholy forces of the Black Frog, I bet that clacker would have done more damage.
Right. So Crespin, you have and you've basically, in all of what you just did, you are holding those skeletons at bay. You know, that's the cost you paid for it. But now your companions can retreat because you've made that possible for them.
Gotcha.
That's
my
great.
friends.
Are you guys going to take that opportunity?
You betcha.
Yeah, that was Ixtrud's first.
Oh, sorry. And Robinette, we got to cut back to Robinette for the splash of the holy water sprinkler. Same deal as before. You're going to roll, what was it, dexterity?
Dexterity?
Yeah.
Okay.
And on a 10, you're going to hit all 3 of them. On a 7 to 9, you'll hit 2, but you'll roll damage twice and take the lower and apply it to both.
So I got a 9.
You got a 9.
Burn that luck.
Uh-huh.
but I can push it, right?
You can burn a point of luck.
Let me just reference my luck. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Robinette actually is pretty lucky. It's Gabrielle who's terribly unlucky. Yes, Robinette will burn some luck.
All right.
So I'll bring that to a 10.
Okay, then you deal a D8 to each of these skeletons.
Oh,
All right. So I made the adjustment to luck. And let me roll my D8s. So 1 D8 is 3.
Okay.
Another D8 is a 5.
Okay.
Another D8 is an 8.
Okay. So Jeannon and Robinette, you see when this water leaves the holy water sprinkler, it's like liquid fire. Like it has trailing, like each little droplet has a little luminous trail behind it as it
Praise Donovier.
splashes
He
across
remembered the name.
all three of them. And when it hits them, it illuminates, the flash kind of illuminates the space behind 1, 2, 3. You guys took out 2, right, on this side?
yep.
You see one more behind them in the dark. There's a brief flash from all that. The white smoke, and they clatter in a jumbled, scattered heap of bones. And everyone beats the retreat. Is that right?
I am.
Everybody in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then everybody.
What would Robinette do?
Yeah, what would Robinette do when that happens? Oh, you
I
mean
know.
maybe you wouldn't retreat, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying that to purge this place of
The blood of the unclean.
the wickedness. I mean,
Purge it
clearly.
one at a time through
So
the
Robinette-
doorway.
Robinette is
Right.
the last one at the door.
So I so fair enough. I think the here we go. Robinette would maybe even Crispin, someone sort of tugging at the back of her homespun to sort of get her attention and pull her back toward the door. But she's being pulled back there, and as soon as she is sort of between the two sides, I don't know if they're the doorway or the archway, she turns over her shoulder and she says, "We make our stand here for the sake of the village, for the sake of Leget."
Oh my God. Okay, cut to the courtyard.
Okay.
The dog.
Damn.
And so whoever the nearest person is gets proffered the jug.
All right.
Who is the squire this time?
I mean, Ictrude would have been it could be Jeannon if Jeannon was jockeying for.
Can I reload it with my jug?
Ooh,
Oh,
there
good
we go.
Lord! Oh no!
Yes. Can I? Is there like a flash? It's not flashback, but like, isn't there like a?
You can totally flashback. Yeah.
As Ictrude was leaving the room and had given the jug back, she wanted to pick her shield up off the floor.
Yes.
And beat that retreat.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. You grab the shield.
Okay.
Good memory. Okay.
So it should be somebody else pouring the water, not Ictrude.
Yeah. So we have that. You proffer the sprinkler, pop the tops off, and we see Jeannon holding up the moonshine jug and getting ready to pour.
Who could possibly live from this?
Yeah.
Now, so Robinette would have proffered back the large jug. So if Jeannon is using the other one, then I don't think Robinette has a strong opinion on that. But
It's just as good.
Then back in the webbing goes the Robinette's jug
With still 3 uses. Is that right?
3.
Yeah. You hit 2 with one. You used the one that was in the thing.
Yeah, but there was an original one, so probably 2 uses left.
Okay.
It was last session 1, and then
last session. I forgot about last session.
and then 2 this time,
Okay.
something along like that.
You've used it 3 times so far this
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. So you have 2 uses left. So we see the moonshine jug poised, and then we cut to the courtyard where Gabri and nice fucking French names. Jaspar.
Jaspar. So Jaspar has his little mushroom cutting knife out,
Okay.
and he's terrified. And he can't quite get it's just a whisper. It starts as just a whisper. You put that puppy down. And he starts walking across the courtyard to this black cloaked person, whatever, with my puppy.
Okay.
And he keeps repeating it, getting louder and louder until he's there.
Okay. So
screaming, "You put that puppy down!"
So
and Gabri alongside.
Yeah, I think Gabri has definitely limbered up the knife he has. Actually, so Gabri has a candle. Yeah, no. I think he's sort of limbering up the knife he has and sort of assessing what the situation is. But
So-
he's following right alongside.
He's following alongside. Okay, yeah.
Hovland is behind these guys, but can he's followed along enough to see at least this black cloaked figure? Like,
Oivan was in the anteroom, but he can certainly have followed them. Yeah, sure. He can be standing at the top of the stairs, let's say.
can you tell us a little bit more about what this
Yep.
figure looks like?
Now that you're closer. So the thing had picked up the puppy. As you advance towards it, it actually, before it can hear the whispered, put down that puppy, it runs at high speed south. So it's picked up the puppy, and now that you're outside and your eyes have adjusted, you can see that it's a humanoid figure, very, it looks unwell, unfed, like patchy hair on its head, ragged, perhaps servant's clothes.
Oh man!
I would just like to point out the picture of Boris and how cute he is. I posted it in the chat.
Jason, does this figure inspire any sort of like, the question is, does it inspire any sort of pity, or is it a sinister sort of?
I would say it's right between those two.
Right between those two.
It's like
Pity and terrifying.
It is both. It's pitiful, and it's in the fact it's just sort of like grabbed this puppy and is now making away with it, and the way that it's moving, it's like kind of limping, and it's a little Hunchback of Notre Dame as it kind of lurches across the courtyard. But sinister in the fact that it is clearly not well, perhaps not even human.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
it's got a
say
puppy.
yeah. Well, so Gabray, you heard me before. Gabray was sure that his performing dogs did not go for soup. So it's not so much, a pitiful figure doesn't necessarily tug at his heartstrings intrinsically, but the fact that this thing is making off for a dog as if it's its next meal does maybe spur something in him, and he is going to sort of stow his knife, but then reach in, and he's carrying all of the rations. So he has all of the rations from that had been given over, and he's going to pull out a big handful of I don't know, barley bread or whatever it is, and say, friend, if it is a meal you want, then surely this barley bread and a pat of butter will suit you better.
Barley bread
butter
can't
is
be very
better.
good.
And Dean, Jaspar, when Jaspar sees the thing turn and run with the puppy and giving
He's
what
going
you're
to pick up the pace.
Okay, so Jaspar's after it. And Gabri is a little slower as you're shouting out about the barley bread.
Mm-hmm.
The thing throws a glance over its shoulder and runs up these steps to a door there, and it sort of hits the door full steam and knocks the door open and charges inside. At that point, Jaspar is probably 20 or 30 feet behind it. So Jaspar is like here. Gabri is like here. Oivan was hanging out on the steps or following at a distance?
I'll follow at a distance, but I will quicken my pace. He's steadfast. He won't abandon these people.
Okay.
So
the
You'll put that puppy down.
It sort of slams through the door, and the door slams shut behind it. And Jaspar arrives at this.
I throw myself at the door.
beating upon it.
You throw yourself at it, and you can tell that there's some kind of latch or bolt thrown on the other side. It does, you feel it kind of give a little, but the door is holding fast for the moment.
That's
Okay.
not good.
Lard has something back in the main room.
Yep.
Allard wants to grab one of the silver cups that was part of the drink service on the table on the far wall.
Yeah.
Grab that cup, and as he sees people pouring drinks, is going to stick his hand out with a cup and ask them to pour him a shot also.
Of moonshine from the
Yes.
moonshine jug? Yeah.
From the moonshine jug!
Yeah.
Let's not forget some of the silverware in here tried to kill us, didn't it?
Was the silver, it was
I'm
the,
hoping that the little ones don't have little ones in them, but if not, then so be it. I'm doomed.
was the there was a
silver platter.
a pudding in a dessert bowl.
Oh yes, that's
Remember
right.
that? There was which you threw out the door, which I believe Extrude hurled into the yard.
That's right. It could be on its way back. I haven't really thought that through.
So Robinette is in the doorway. Jeannon has filled the holy water sprinkler with the good stuff, the other jug. Allard is holding forth a cup. Does Jeannon fill Allard's cup?
Sure.
You're gonna use me. It's gonna be a use of holy water. If you
Yeah. I don't know how many you never told me how many uses.
You have 5
were in
uses
this jug.
total. You have 5 uses total. So this would leave you with 2.
Okay.
Okay. So Allard has a cup full of holy water. Robinette has.
So now we're at 4 uses.
No. It had 5 total. You threw some at
Okay.
Extrude.
Yeah.
There was one other, and then you just
And
filled the holy water sprinkler, and then you just gave Allard a cupful.
Okay. So I'm down to
2
2
uses.
uses.
So Ictrude will act as a guard to basically our bazooka team of holy water incense shakers to try and keep any skeleton from getting to them while they operate.
Ooh. So sorry, you're in front. You're fending. You're
Yes,
them
with
off.
my shield.
Okay. Wow.
How many is there just one left? Is that?
There's 4 on one side of the table and 6 on the other side of the table.
Oh, that's many. That's very many.
And there is a bottleneck there, and Extrude is so Extrude's kind of casting glances in each direction with your shield up ready, but the sprinkler is filled.
We hold the line here.
Oh God, I hope you're right.
Donoviev, guide my hand.
Man. Okay, what's the move? What does Robinette do?
What is the move? I mean, the move is.
Is Robinette still in the room with the skeletons?
Robinette
No.
is in the doorway.
In the doorway, okay.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah.
We're like the bottleneck is here, and then we're on the other side of it, right? So only 1, maybe 2 skeletons can come, and I'm there with the shield.
So you got the shield at the door. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that,
Sorry. Got it.
I would say the move would be that Robinette is going to sort of cast forth with a wide spray at the sort of closest contingent. But I would sort of amend that by saying she is filled with the fervor and would seek to implore or intimidate, to say, Donoviev spits fire with my hand, you foul creatures. Back to the darkness with you. You shall not cross this doorway today.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
sparkling sparkling wheat-colored water spraying forth. I don't know if these things are capable of.
So, but you're doing this while you're making your next sweep. And because of the bottleneck you've set up, that'll possibly hit 2 of the first 2. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Great.
I hope Alyssa's going to be ready to hold up this level of fervor when she
There's
plays
like
this
a-
next time.
You should see her with the kids. Yeah, with Gus. When he's going to run off into the parking lot.
You
Just
shall
full of
not.
fervor. Exactly.
You shall get in this
Okay.
car.
It's now this is 2 things you're doing. You're throwing the holy water, but you're also trying to essentially turn away the skeletons, right?
Right, I guess you could call it that, right.
Yeah, so let's do the holy water bit first. So
Okay.
dex roll like before.
2d6. 8.
Okay, so you get one of them.
Mhm.
So you roll a d8.
Uh, 4.
Okay, that takes out one. So so one thing that you now know is that the water inside the moonshine jug does do its thing.
Does work.
So
At,
is it
That's great.
At least in my hands.
I guess you can leave it that
I
way.
am a tool of the goddess.
So you hurl that out and you shout that wonderful little bit of monologue, and now the move is negotiate, and because basically you're threatening
Yeah.
the skeletons with utter destruction unless they
Turn those
bow.
skeletons.
charisma?
I think it's probably. I mean, you could use strength because you're also trying to embody this kind of powerful
Yeah,
force.
this martial. I mean, I don't actually have a bonus on either.
But it all depends on, in this case, like what is it for Robinette? Is it like,
what is it for Robinette?
charisma is that it's that powerful preacher, it's the
presence, right?
Yes, like I am the vessel of Donaviev. Strength is more like holy warrior type stance.
I would say so. So Robinette has, even though she doesn't have a bonus, even though her strength isn't that high, she has been paddling up or pulling up the river here for how many years at this point, and she is sinewy, and I think this motion, this sweeping motion she's casting across with that's being borne by these tendons and these muscles that are just tight, and so I think it's the strength side that she's embodying here.
Right, go for it. 2d6 plus nothing.
2d6 plus nothing.
Now hold on. I'm going to give you a +1 because Iktru is acting as your defender. So Iktru is assisting you in that way.
I'm not going to make you erase all your things, but so I rolled it. I'm not going to re-roll it to get with whatever bonus it is because I rolled a 5 and a 6, so I got an 11.
Great.
Oof. You are truly blessed by
That was,
Donna.
I know. I was just going to say,
Fantastic.
like, this is.
Yeah. All right. Your words echo through this great marble-floored dining hall into the darkness and back, and everybody, Genon and Alar, who's perhaps cupped just at the lips, and Iktrude, your words kind of echo louder than they should, given the acoustics, and the one skeleton collapses in a clatter, and there's all of the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them kind of sway forward, and then take a step back, as if they were all sort of shoved, stagger back, and then pause for a moment, and then slowly back up, retreat into the darkness.
Ooh. Curse lifted.
Oh no.
But we still have to go in and get my clackers.
So I'll just point out that Allard has embodied the classic graduate student. He showed up late for the seminar. The first thing he did is get a drink, and he's going to claim that he helped out even though he did nothing.
Yeah, what is he like? I think that's the last.
He's certainly taking a sip. I mean, he is not down the whole thing, but he's certainly taken a taste of it, and it is not good. Whatever this is not.
It's just
there's
water.
no alcohol in it whatsoever.
Yeah, no. Does he dump it out?
No. The seminar's still going on. He's going to chat and talk, and it's convivial. No, I've still got it in the cup. Was Allard able to make any observations about the skeletons?
I don't think he got much of a look at them.
Look at him. Okay, fair enough.
I think he was mostly in the anteroom there, right? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he wasn't. He was never in the dining room at all.
Yeah.
But he saw a few of them go poof in front of him, possibly. But if not, that's cool.
I think in all the dim light and the commotion and all the people in front of him, And his lackadaisical attitude.
Well, there is that. Yeah, no, and you know, he has a drink. He's cool.
All right. Back in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Jaspar and Gabri and Oivan are at this door.
Okay, so I have a question. When I threw myself against the door,
Yeah.
Did it give enough that I could tell it was a latch, or is it like? So what I'm trying to figure out is, did it give enough that I could get my knife through to lift up the latch?
I see.
Or should I just kick it?
I think in just Jaspar's estimation, what's his intelligence?
Not good. Jaspar's intelligence is an 8.
Wisdom?
16.
There you go. Yeah, so he totally is like the force of it, how much it gave. It's not a bolt, it's a latch. So yeah, you can get in there with your knife.
Okay, so I am gonna stick my knife in there and try and lift the latch.
Okay. Yeah, so you push the door open, jam your knife in there, pop it, and the door opens inward. Just figure out what we're looking at here. Okay. And this is lit by just the sort of dim light spilling in through the door. It appears to be a bedroom of some kind. Man, this is hard to. Okay.
What program are you using?
This is Photoshop. I'm just like clutching this together to try to make it work.
Roll20 is wonderful.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what people say. It's been a long time since I've dealt. I should look into it further.
It's super easy.
So you pop the door open. There's a fireplace, as you can see to the right there. Mounted above the fireplace is an ornamental enameled shield bearing the coat of arms of House Leget, if you recall, which is a raven.
Yep.
You're struck by, as you set foot into this room, like the air is it's like thick and humid. There's a bed. So there's a door immediately to the left of where you are.
Yeah.
And there is a bed here. And there's this so it's like this feeling of dampness. Jaspar, as a forager, is familiar with this kind of humidity from the forest, right, from the mossy woods. And the bed, it looks like there's a figure lying in the bed. Now, from this distance, just from the doorway, it looks like a figure is lying flat in the bed. Probably looks like a woman or female figure, the bed and the figure are covered in some kind of flaky, almost like Jaspar, it looks like the kind of lichen you'd find on a rotten log in the forest.
Oh, great.
Okay, so the figure and the bed itself are kind of covered in this stuff.
But no Boris.
The door immediately to the left is the only way out, and it is shut.
Okay, I call.
But you
Boris.
you remember as the creature burst through the door, you now remember that you heard the door slam, and then you heard the other door open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I yell, Boris, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? And go to the other door and listen for Boris.
Okay. You want to roll to find answers. And you're listening, so that's going to be wisdom.
Okay. We got wisdom. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Okay, you hear a
Oh, you're a good boy.
like a faint faint, like not right on the other side of the door, but just like a faint little yap.
Okay, I tried the door.
The door opens. You're at the corner of a hallway. And now, as you're looking out, it gets dark without a light source. So the hallway goes directly ahead and to the right.
Okay. Any sense of which way the barking came from?
You see, well, it's all kind of dirty and messed up in here. Your guess is that it comes from the right to the south.
Okay. I yell behind me, light! I need light!
So that's
See what?
Gabri and Oyvan. Does Oyvan have any light source?
Oyvan does not. He has a knife, 3 rat traps, and a bottle of spirits. What about the room? Oyvan looks at the room. Is there like maybe a table or a bed stand, nightstand with a candle or a lantern on it?
Yeah, there is a nightstand.
Is there a drawer, perhaps filled with treasure?
So Oyvan is standing at the steps next to Jaspar, looking into the room at this point. So you do see a nightstand, and roll to. Are you looking for a light source?
Yeah, and whatever else might be there.
Why don't you roll to get lucky?
Oyvan has a luck of 9, so it's just nothing. There you can see a little Oyvan art here I've been working on.
Oh yeah, nice.
A 6. So a 7 would get me something, right?
Yep.
If I burn a point of luck. But for light source, I'm not sure I'm really...
You guys, I will point out that you guys only have like a couple of handfuls of candles at this point.
Yeah, I'm not going to burn luck for looking
great.
for a light source.
Great. Yeah, so there's actually a sconce, like an iron sconce next to the interior door there with nothing, it's meant to hold, perhaps a lamp or something. And it's just an empty iron sconce.
Nothing. Be careful in there. It looks dark.
Bob, Gabri, does Gabri have a light source?
He does. He does have a candle.
Okay, well, Jaspar is calling for light.
Oh yes, then absolutely.
Okay.
He steps forward.
Okay, come! And we head south.
He stowed his barley bread, and the knife is limbered again.
Okay, so it is Jaspar followed by Gabri, and is Oyvan going to follow as well?
So yes, but before he does, he's going to go over to that nightstand, and if there's a drawer, he'll just pop it open and take a quick look.
Okay. So Oyvan casts a glance towards his companions and then moves furtively towards the nightstand.
Yes.
The thieving crowd.
This is how you get more powerful to make it to first level. This
and
is
the
dream.
He gets right to the corner of the bed. Actually, he's sort of like right at the nightstand, reaching forward, and the figure in the bed lurches off the bed, and the other 2 guys don't see this because they've already gone through the door. So I guess this is Oyvan can react to the figure on the bed like lurching off of it towards him.
Like I could scream out, "She's alive!" or something like that.
And you can do something too. You can do both. You can scream out
like a little girl.
Yeah, so he'll squeal out, "She's alive!" and leap backwards, I guess.
Okay, then make a dex saving throw there.
The dex saving throw. So it's just same as any other roll, right?
Yeah.
A 6. Now I think I'll burn that, or at least a partial success.
Okay.
Even if I take damage, maybe I'll live.
Yeah. So it you jump back. The old rug kind of gives out underneath your feet. You slip, fall, hit the ground, and what you're looking at is the figure has kind of lurched out of the bed. It misses you and hits the wall with one hand, and it's just like it's like pulling. If you can picture it, like pretend that there was a figure reclining in the bed and it was covered in like a decayed blanket or something like that. So the blanket is now part of it. Like as it's moving, this weird licheny shroud is kind of trailing off of it. And when it hits the wall, there's like a puff of yellow dust as it hits the wall, and it's now kind of looming over you with one hand against the wall, looking down at you, and this weird shroud kind of filling up the space behind it. And when it looks down at you, its face is just like a mass of it's not a face. It's like some kind of trailing growth off of the skull of this creature.
Filled with maggots. Got it.
No maggots. There's no maggots.
Okay.
It's not a rotting thing. It's like a flaky. Like, do you know what nutritional yeast is? Do you ever use that stuff on popcorn or?
Yeah.
Like a
on
flaky
tins.
yellow. Yeah.
That sounds gross. I am going to try and roll under the bed.
Ooh.
Bold.
Escape away.
I think you don't have to roll for that. You're under the bed. Yep, you're under
Okay.
it. Great. So the other two, you guys were moving at a clip, right, Jasper?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's after the dog.
I'm trying to keep.
I'm gonna
Was,
say that-
was there a shout or something?
I'm going to say Gabri hears the thump against the wall and the shout. Yeah, because you were behind Jasper.
Now you're torn.
Oh yeah.
Puppy or rat catcher?
So Hyvan has a bond, but sadly it's with Allard. And Allard is not here, is he?
No, he's out. He's having a drink. He went out for drinks.
See, you should never have left your elf friend. And you could have been here in this moment of need.
I could have, yes.
So there was just the thump. There was a thump and then there was a shout.
You
Was
heard him
there-
cry out. Yeah. And it was clearly in that room you just moved through, so something just went down in there. Yeah.
Here, actually, this will decide it because I don't know. 6. All right, Rob. Let's see. Yeah, Gabri halts, and it's tangible. He rips himself away and pulls back to look in the room he just left.
Okay. Jasper.
Jasper turns around and says, "Where are you going?
Oh yeah, because he's the light source. He's the light source.
Damn you!"
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you have a role to play here.
Bring that candle back. Go where you will. Give me the candle.
I will not be trapped in here like some rat.
My dog.
Okay, under the bed, Oyvan, you're lying there and you're staring up at the decaying wood there, and the thing flops down onto the floor and is like looking at you under the bed.
All right, I will scooch away and try and stay out of its reach.
Like opposite side?
Yeah, like a kid's game.
So this side of the bed is open. Do you want to get out from under it? Or are you trying to like lure it under the bed, or?
If I lure it under the bed, it might get stuck a little bit, and then I could dash for it.
Okay,
So,
so sort of like say just out of its reach kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't want to like make my move too early, and it will quickly cut me off.
Okay, great. I think that's a little bit of a finessey dexterity thing that you do.
All right, rolling on this.
Yeah.
A 7.
Okay.
Slightly better.
So you sort of get it to it's like it swipes under there, and when it swipes at you, you see these the skeletal fingers kind of sticking through this yellowy, flaky mass as it kind of sweeps the floor, trying to get at you, and then its whole body kind of flumps on the ground next to the bed, and now its head and its arms are under it, kind of doing this, and you're just getting out of reach, and you're like, this is it, I've got it, it's getting under the bed, and you pull yourself back, and it grabs your foot. So it's got a hold on you, and you're the rest of your body's out on the far side of the bed, and it's mostly in the bed. Gabri, you're at the doorway, and you see the thing kind of swept. It's still trailing part of its whatever up on top of the bed, and it's on the floor. And you see that Oyvan is clearly sort of stuck there with it holding onto his ankle.
I love that these guys are in mortal peril, and the two Frenchmen are arguing over a candle. Just stubbornly arguing over a candle.
I mis-accented him because what did I say? He's supposed to be like Irish or sort of British. That's the Elvish.
Right. The Elvish.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So there's this moldering like lichenous fungal creature, right?
Yeah, bedspread. Yeah.
I thought she was under like a blanket or something.
The blanket appears to be attached to her, covering her.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do a Gabri de la Forêt. There was a time, he was de la Forêt. Actually, it was more his family. He never was really from the Forêt.
The woods.
Yeah. And the reason was his grandmother had said they were driven out of the woods by some dark creatures. That the woods, were the ancestral home of the elves. And they longed to go back, but there was some sort of maleficence that drove them out. And the only answer that they had, this is the old granny Gabray on her knee, who said, when we left the forests, we didn't leave the forest for them. We burned as we went, because that's the only thing you can do to root out the dark things. So Gabray sees this, and he reaches in to grab something that Robinette had actually left with him, which is a pot of rendered lard, like high-grade rendered lard. And he sort of tears the wax off the top.
So just to pause for a second, was Jaspar coming back, or was Jaspar gonna continue crying out in the darkness?
No, he's coming back because, God damn it, I can't see.
Okay, so you arrive in the doorway as the lard pot has been drawn out.
It's been the wax seal on the top, and so he's holding his candle. He has his pot of lard.
Yeah.
He applies candle to lard, and it goes up. I mean, this is high quality stuff that Robinette's trading in. And he hurls back, and he flings it at this thing. Yeah.
I think you have to establish that it really is high quality lard.
I would be happy to establish
that. Was such a wonderful little backstory bit there, and I hate to even open it to question, but it would also be entertaining if it was not high quality lard.
It would be just like Robinette to give Gabri
right.
his poor lard. So let's see. What I just rolled.
This is intelligent. This is an intelligence roll to establish that it is in fact flammable. I don't even know. I mean, how pure does lard have to be to catch fire? I guess no. I mean, there's fires on stovetops.
Oh yeah.
There's skeletons in the other room.
Yeah.
How high quality does the lard need to be, you people? Let's call MIT and see what they say.
I am really turned around on those clackers. They should have been like shuriken.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
The Hindaway Journal, the study of thermal energy production by combustion of lard and diesel mixtures.
Hey.
The abstract.
5.
In our
Measly
world.
5.
Oh.
Mark intelligence. You get the mark intelligence.
Wow.
That is some terrible lard.
So this is exactly what happened.
It also depends
does a 6 get me anything?
No.
No. Okay, so 5. Yeah.
Pull that out.
What is I got what it depends on whether it's bovine, ovine, caprine, or porcine.
So Jason,
lard.
I'll roll it this way. That it's even worse than this because you can obviously you get to pick, but Gabray takes this pot of lard. He's filled with this memory, and he's going to root out the evil. He takes his candle, and he extinguishes his own candle.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Poor quality lard.
Oh, for
plunging them all into darkness.
Yep. So the room goes dark. Oyvan has this thing, a grip on his ankle. And what time are we looking at? Where are we at?
It's pretty late.
10:56.
Oh, okay. We're almost at 11. Should we hold it there, or do you want to have one more cut back to the other guys?
I have no idea what I'm doing on the other side.
The other side, we can let. The other side was kind of at a lull moment, right? It was a victorious moment over there.
Yep, for sure.
So this is the place where the cliffhanger would be.
Yeah.
The
I
only
agree.
thing I would ask is, I mean, where I would start next week would be slicing, because I have a knife. So one thing I have is a knife slicing at the hand of this thing.
Yeah, and you specified that was You guys okay calling it here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, it's a tremendously dramatic moment.
Okay.
Here are my pictures. I got.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
oh, it's very. Is that an
That's-
Egon Sheila?
Yep.
Yeah.
So who's-
But in this case, it's Havon.
Oivan.
Nice.
Nice.
Havon. Thank you, catcher of rats.
Yep.
Get
And
there.
who's on the
And
inside?
then here's Ictrude.
Oh,
You got to put them on your character sheet.
with the hold on. Let me stop the screen share so that we can actually see that up close. Yeah.
She has a high forehead.
Oh, and it's like
Yes, she
a
does.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Wonderful.
beautiful.
Oh, I like
She's
that.
quite the. Yeah, she's like a
Yeah, I
hardy,
mean-
hardy soul.
Oh, gosh.
You'd expect that, sheriff in a small town. I mean, she's
Yeah,
got to knock
yeah.
some heads for sure. It's not just moral authority.
All right, great. We'll hold it there, and we'll do a quick wrap up. Going down the line. This is for XP. Ictrude, did you fulfill at least one of your traits in a memorable way?
One of my traits,
Yeah.
which is high forehead, dirty,
That's your appearance. Your traits are like your
hopeful, and forgiving.
yes.
No, I can't think of anything particular I did there. But it was in the action the whole time.
Yeah. You didn't
Hard
really
to
have
be
much.
hopeful and
Right.
forgiving.
Yeah. And when not a lot. Yeah. When the amount of time passes relatively brief, it's fine to not have any of these trigger. How about Oivan? What are his traits?
So his are steadfast hedonist, and so he was steadfast. He stayed with the dog, the guy looking for his dog. Hedonist. That's a little tricky. I did go looking for stuff.
You did go looking for stuff, right. Did he stay with Jaspar though? He decided to go check out the nightstand.
That's true.
Is that a steadfast?
Man, that is
puppy
perhaps.
was missing.
Yeah, and actually, the puppy's probably dead now because
No.
I've ruined everything.
Allard, what are your traits?
Lazy and stubborn. I kind of feel like there's the dog, and he kind of wanders off in search of a drink.
Definitely lazy. I mean,
yeah,
he didn't really do
He
anything.
didn't really do anything. It was great. He showed up late. He gets a drink, and
He
he's
gets
done
an
nothing.
XP.
Like I feel he is in his moment for sure. Hey, it's impossible for us to have had 12 experience points, right? So I probably wrote a 1 and a 2. So I probably just have 2. Is that reasonable?
Makes sense. Yeah, hatch
Yeah.
marks or whatever the equivalent is your friend.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
So that's 1 experience point for that, yeah.
yeah, Crespin.
Oh, I think Crespin was in his glory. I think he both. Now he didn't lie, but boy was he pious. Oh my God, he was insufferably pious.
Okay, great.
And I really liked holding on to the sword because he thought that was super important to him, even though it obviously nearly killed him. So I feel like he was true to himself.
Okay, great. He gets XP. Yeah, that whole drama, the various players in that drama, it was pretty awesome. Like
Yeah.
Ictrude is the constable, and then all of a sudden Robinette becomes and then Genon forsakes the pagan ways for those of Donoviev, and I mean the refilling of the holy water sprinkler and Crespin kind of rising to the occasion. That was amazing
No, that was good
for
stuff.
everybody. Genon's traits being
Forgiving
Oh, we're both forgiving?
and rude.
I mean, I kind of feel like by letting Donoviev into your heart, you forgave that god for.
Yeah, well, I think we've forgiven she's forgiven herself.
Okay, I'll buy it. I'll buy the psychoanalytical angle on that one.
And she's so fervent about her newfound belief. It's a little much.
Yeah.
A little rude.
A little rude in her 1 HP. Always.
These clackers in the illustration really are. I mean, that was not a last minute modification. They really are to scale. Like that
No, I
picture
saw
is-
that. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
legit.
I think there's a D20 clacker merchandising thing that needs to
Opportunity.
Yeah.
happen.
So I get an XP.
Genon gets an XP, and Jaspar's traits
Boastful and cruel.
didn't really get a chance, right?
Well, he had to be a little mean to Boris to send him home.
No, we're just being
Being
nice.
cool. He's trying to save the
That's
dog's
I
life.
know.
Yeah, but it's like
Nice.
I don't like you
No.
anymore.
No.
If you had
Okay.
set the dog loose in the skeleton room and been like, Boris, distract these skeletons.
Yeah, now that could have been a
That
moment.
is
There.
cruel.
That's a
I
strategy.
can't do that. I have a dog.
The
I
puppy
can't do
gambit.
that.
That's Dean O'Donnell.
Jason, if you have a trait that you don't use for a couple sessions, it drops off, right? And then there's an
once
opportunity
you- Once you become when you live to tell a tale and become a level 1 character, you can discard traits and get new traits. Yeah.
Okay,
But you're as a villager, you're stuck with these for the funnel.
gotcha.
Robinette.
Yeah, so I think Robinette lived up to brave and kind.
Definitely brave. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah.
Good Lord, yes. Or a good Donovieve, yes.
Yes.
Those are her traits, brave and kind.
brave
Oh
and
my
kind.
God.
I mean, that's Robinette.
And Gabri.
Gabri, gregarious and orderly. The only thing I'd say is in sort of going for the barley bread route is sort of the gregarious, potentially a gregarious sort of gesture.
Yeah, no, by that. Yep. Did you risk your life to help an ally or obtain an item of value? Golly. Robinette, you get a point for that. Crespin,
Right.
you get a point for that. Ictrude, you get a point for that. Risking your life. Jeanne did not really put herself directly in danger.
Okay.
Allard, no. Right? I think it was just those three.
Yeah, no, not a large.
The three.
How many do you need to get to first level?
Well, at the end of the
adventure.
at the end, well, and actually mid-adventure, you can go back to town and regroup and possibly level up and then return. The funnel does not, and you don't have to explore the whole manor for the funnel to be over. But to level up, you need 5 XP to get to level 1.
Ooh, Ictrude's got 4 now.
Yeah, so you could.
Response at 5.
Yeah, so
Wow.
if you fell back to the village to regroup, then there would be some leveling up happening. Did you witness the untimely death of a fellow villager? No.
Hey, wait.
Despite my best efforts.
Just Spard risked his life for Boris.
Trying to tell us you were being cruel a minute ago.
Well, it's different moments.
But we've seen evidence that he's risked his life. He's gone into
I don't know. He's gone into the dark, horrible mansion where that's full of skeletons and bad things.
Yeah, I
It's
think
gonna be dangerous.
you'll definitely get that XP when we see evidence that his life
Okay.
is on the
I
line.
don't know. I was going for that with the "you put that puppy down."
Put the puppy down. And then, did you discover something exciting about the wider world outside of the, in these new things you have observed? I think last time you discovered that skeletons are animate,
Yeah.
so that counted then. This time, maybe the lady in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly a
Okay.
thing.
Does Janon discovering that Donovieve is real count, or did that happen last time?
Yeah, no. There you go. Everybody gets. So these last 3 questions apply to everyone, and that's much better than the lady in the bed. Like, you guys have seen clear evidence that holy water it works as
Yeah,
advertised.
because
It's something
skeletons
different.
poof
It's only
if
gotten
you,
more efficacious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean,
does every character gets +1 for that?
yes, everybody gets an XP for that. Did you overcome a difficult obstacle? Absolutely. Everybody gets an XP for that. And did you acquire some memorable booty? No.
No.
I've moved my character tracking to my journal.
That's
I hope
probably
that's okay.
Of course. Yeah, I'm not. That online thing was just a stopgap to have something to plug in there. As long as everybody's keeping track of their own stuff and I don't have to do that, I'm happy. So
That's what you want.
Keep track of your gear. Keep
Is
track
it
of your
okay if we
monsters.
just do it on the character sheets in the Google thing?
Sure, whatever you want, whatever works. As long as I can rely on you to know who's got the fucking candles. And
I think we're
don't
running out.
keep track of it.
I never wrote it down. I thought I had candles last session, but I didn't write it down, so I don't have any candles.
Don, Dean, what's the name of the god?
Donovieve.
All right,
It's
there
in
we
the
go.
chat now,
Yeah,
but
great.
next
The
time we
chat's gonna
meet,
disappear.
the chat's going to
Yeah.
be gone. I won't know
Yeah.
again.
All right.
Does anybody else have high school boys hanging outside their house?
Not
Should I
where
be
I live.
nervous?
Your own or other people's?
One of them's mine.
Yeah.
I'm excited for when Framingham State comes back, has a bunch of parties, has a cluster of COVID, and disappears again.
Is that like because is that near your home, or are you talking about? On
Yeah,
campus?
they're right
Yeah.
behind
right.
my backyard.
Oh, great.
Usually in September, it's kids cutting through our backyard.
Oh
drunk.
no, that's the worst. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Those,
In the winter, I've had to rescue drunk girls from a snowdrift.
That's definitely a character point right
I
there.
was gonna say XP.
That's right.
You get
I
an
XP.
speak for that,
Yeah.
Dean, for sure.
I'm going out to walk the dog, and I hear in the backyard, help.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm stuck. I thought it was a shortcut. And I'm like, yeah, no.
All right, I gotta go.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Deal with.
Hey, Jason, thanks so much. This was
Thanks,
great.
Jason.
Love
Jason.
the stuff with the dog and the drawing us away and that lady lurching off the bed and like the whole under the bed thing where the things are coming after. Like that was gorgeous. Like that was fantastic. And, Robinette making stuff go poof and, all the bits with the shields and the swords getting kicked away. And like, this was awesome.
I'm just really
Thanks,
enjoying
man.
all your bookshelves.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Dean will rate the bookshelf.
That's the big takeaway from the evening. It's like
They are nice.
some nice bookshelves there. Rob, get on that. Let's have some porch-side bookshelves. And what's with that fucking Cape Cod house without any book? I went like a Robert
right
Ludlum
here.
novel. I went all the Tom Clancy. Yeah,
There we go.
There we
It's
go.
good.
Yeah, that's the summer reading right
Yeah,
over there.
yeah.
Very nice.
All
All
the
right.
James Pattinson.
Thanks,
Hey,
guys.
guys.
Okay,
All right.
good
Guys.
night.
Good night.